Triple H is already making a lot of changes to the WWE product, and I believe he's doing a great job. We got more legit wrestling, less rematches, better storytelling, which I'm sure Dominic is enjoying. Black and Gold NXT is back. We also got a few returns, and the show just feels alive again. Bye bye weekly 6-man tag team matches. You will be missed. I'm sorry, Tony, but Triple H is our friend now.
I'm gonna sit back and take this fucking shit.
With that being said, there are still a lot of changes I would like to see in the WWE. Now, to be fair, we shouldn't expect everything to change in a few months.
Come on, Triple H, hurry up!
Okay, with that being said, Hunter, get your pen and write it down. So first of all, I want to talk about Raw and SmackDown. The presentation definitely needs to change. One thing I miss is Rock intros. We still have intros in the WWE, but I want something more aggressive. Most of your favorite WWE intros have rock music, whether it's Across the Nation, To Be Loved, or Burn It to the Ground, which is honestly my personal favorite. And I know people hate Nickelback, but I'm glad people are finally realizing they were never actually bad. People love jumping on a bandwagon. It's the same thing that happened with John Cena. The guy left and all of a sudden we all love him. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's just my personal opinion, but this is a wrestling show. I want this to look as aggressive, as grit as possible. So some high energy rock music would definitely fix that. Another thing I would like to see is unique show sets. So Raw and SmackDown looks the same. It's just a gigantic TV screen. It doesn't look necessarily bad. It definitely looks big. It's a big TV, but it's boring. It has no personality. Raw and SmackDown should have unique sets. Both should look different, and it needs some personality. Whether it's a fist, a middle finger, I don't give a shit, but it needs to look different. Speaking of Raw and SmackDown, we need the brand split back. Yes, it's technically still a thing, but is it really, right? We have superstars from Raw and SmackDown and the other way around, and I absolutely hate that. It's not necessarily Triple H's fault, you know, Vince McMahon kinda did this. We barely have any separate champions right now, so it does make sense at the moment, but it's something that needs to be changed in the future. We need 2 world championships. This whole undisputed championship concept is a bad idea. The roster is huge, we have 2 shows, why not having 2 different champions? And Triple H actually wants that. He wants 2 titles at WrestleMania, but now we have Roman Reigns, and you know, just taking a championship from Roman Reigns right now, I can't even think of a logical way to do that. So Vince McMahon pushed Triple H into a corner. I do have some ideas, but again, it sucks that we won't have 2 championships at WrestleMania. The only logical way to do it is once Roman Reigns loses the championships. But like I've said, I don't expect change right now, and I'm willing to wait. Are you writing it down, Triple H? Because I have more things for Raw and SmackDown. 3-hour Raw needs to go. But it won't. I know. It should though. It sucks. Like, Raw is pretty much a decent show right now, right? We enjoy it, but there's always these 30 minutes where you're like, okay, if that was not on the show, this show would be almost perfect. But it's not. So I know it's hard to do that because USA Network wants 3 hours, WWE wants the money, but Triple H actually said in the past that he would like to see 3 hours go. We'll see if that's gonna happen. The biggest point I would like to make about Raw and SmackDown is that both shows should feel different. We're watching pretty much the same show twice a week with a different roster. One show can be this modern 59,000 screens on your television. The other show needs to have a bit more grit. Just like NXT is different than Raw and SmackDown, SmackDown should be different than Monday Night Raw. And now they even share the same set. One thing I would like to see back in the WWE is a normal draft. Yes, we still have the draft or Superstar Shakeup or Stephanie McMahon announcing a bunch of names. I couldn't even think of anything more boring. Bring back general managers and make them draft the rosters. If that's not the case, you can always bring back the computer, the lottery. I miss it. I know it's a stupid concept. It doesn't make much sense, but we have 2 wrestlers fighting. Winner gets a couple of draft picks. I know it sounds childish, but I absolutely loved it. It was like gambling. I couldn't keep my eyes off that shit. I would like to talk about the pay-per-view. So first of all, again, unique show sets. I talked about Raw and SmackDown, but back in the day, we used to have every single pay-per-view having a different creative set. If it's Armageddon, you're gonna know. If it's SummerSlam, you're gonna know. If it's TLC, you're gonna know. I know it's not a priority, it doesn't really matter that much, but it's just something I would like to see back in the WWE. And speaking of pay-per-views, gimmick pay-per-views need to go. Well, some of them. I would like to keep Money in the Bank, I would like to keep Survivor Series, and I would like to keep Royal Rumble. They're big pay-per-views that actually mean something and have something on the line. I'm talking about pay-per-views like Extreme Rules. So we have to wait an entire year to get an Extreme Rules match. Is that something we really need to care about? TLC. I don't want to see a TLC pay-per-view. I want to see a TLC match on a random pay-per-view because the story leads to a TLC match. You can have a tables, chairs, ladders, whatever the case may be match on any other pay-per-view. The testicles one even. Same goes for Hell in a Cell. I don't want to see a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. I want to see a storyline leading towards a Hell in a Cell match, and it doesn't matter what kind of pay-per-view it actually is. Whether it's WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Money in the Bank even, I don't care. I would like to see more blood in the WWE. Now, we don't know whether WWE are actually going TV14, but I believe on pay-per-views they can kinda get away with it. And that doesn't necessarily mean I want to see blood in every single match that doesn't need blood, but sometimes it's really valuable to a match. At the end of the day, yes, wrestling is scripted, it's predetermined, but sometimes I would like to see it look as real as possible. New championships. So yes, Triple H actually wants that, and she's working on new WWE Tag Team titles. Apparently it's going to have a gigantic logo in front of it, and that's the problem, Triple H. Hunter, are you writing it down? I'm sick of every WWE title looking the same. We have 4 championships that look the same with a different color. WWE title can stay the same way, I don't care, but at least change up the Universal Championship. I know Triple H values wrestling's history, so I don't think he would have a problem with bringing back older designs, whether it's the Winged Eagle or the Big Gold. If you want to promote the WWE and give these championships to basketball, football players or whatever, do that. Give them these replica titles and still have different championships on television. The tag titles need to change, Universal Championship needs to change, United States Championship looks beautiful, and the Intercontinental Championship definitely needs to change as well. Nobody likes that shit. Gunta, give someone in the creative a chop. I would like to see some legends back. No, I don't want to see Goldberg squashing the whole roster, taking every championship. That's not necessarily what I mean. I think what AEW did right with the young talent is giving them legends as managers. And maybe that's something we're already seeing. We saw Corbin being approached by JBL, and that's how I got this idea. Maybe WWE should commit to it and give some talent a legend manager. So Pat McAfee is no longer with the WWE, but for like 4 or 5 months, I believe. Whatever the case may be, with Pat McAfee or not, we need Mauro Ranallo back. So Triple H has a great relationship with Mauro Ranallo. I don't know, I just made that up, but I believe so. So Triple H should definitely try to bring back Mauro Ranallo, someone that actually made a wrestling show feel a bit more alive. Pat McAfee is great and he does exactly that by being funny and energetic. Mauro Ranallo does that in a professional way, and he's great at it. And to end this video, one of the biggest problems I have with professional wrestling is that sometimes it feels really stupid. What I'm talking about is that baby faces are dumb. They have no personality. They're just good guys. They couldn't hurt a fly. I hate that. Obviously, we have some exceptions, you know, like Randy Orton, but why does it need to be so black and white? Why can't we just have personalities and it doesn't really matter whether he's a good guy or a bad guy? It depends on the situation, it depends on who he's facing, what he wants. So we saw that with Edge. For weeks, he was talking shit about the fans, but once he got betrayed, he was like, I take it all back. I love you guys. You want an autograph? I'm not saying we need a drastic change, but we definitely need smarter writing. Anyway, so these, in my opinion, are the biggest things Triple H should change in the WWE. But let me know more in the comments below, because I'm sure I've missed quite a lot of things. Thank you for watching this video, The Great One. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.